Hi, I didn't plan on making a video today, but I woke up thinking my dog needed a sweater, so I searched YouTube and looked at some of the really great videos on making sweaters and looked at the basics and then thought, hey, I'd try it. But when I went to look at material, I found that I didn't have stuff in the closet and I just found an old sweater. So this led to me trying to work out the material with a sweater. And turned out to be really easy, so I'm only posting this because it was just like 10 minutes of work and my dog has a sweater. So here's my dog. This is Ozzy, and this is the little sweater I made for him. And my first attempt was basically perfect. I got the ideas for the measurement from other videos, but then what I'm doing today is I just basically used an old sweatshirt. Here, sit over there, bud. And I was planning on using this whole area here and just cutting it out as raw material, but when I went to lay the measurements on, it just looked like the sleeve was perfect. So this, a sleeve will really depend on your size and the size of your dog, but for a small dog, this worked out really well. And you can see in some of the other videos that basically you need a double layer, okay, and which a sleeve already provides. And dogs tend to taper as it goes on towards their tail. So that's what a sleeve also provides. So this wouldn't work for big dogs, okay? You would have to end up just following the other patterns. So what we're going to do is we're going to basically use from here to about here. This is going to be the neck section for your dog. So what you want to do is use a flexible tape and measure around the dog's neck. Here, Ozzy, sit down. You measure around the dog's neck, and you take a rough estimate, depending on how flexible your stuff is. So we get about 12 inches. So since this is double, we want to do about half that. And so we just measured down to here, and about 6 or maybe 6.5. This is going to be left open in the final design, and that's where the dog's neck will be. So we looked at this and saw, hey, well, so the neck section from here to here is where we're going to sew, and we had to take another measurement. We measured around my dog's chest, and we got 21 inches. So we took half of that, and it just, maybe I was lucky, but I looked at the distance from here to here, and I got, oh my gosh, I got about 10 inches. So I thought, well, I could leave a little extra on here, get 11 out of it, or maybe this would stretch over time. So the stretch is what I was counting on, and the stretch is what worked. So basically, this is really the only thing that had to be sewn, okay? The other measurements that have to be taken is the measurement from the dog's neck, where it's going to go around their neck, and to how far down towards the tail. So we did that. Come here, Ozzy. Come here, babe. We measured from here down, and we added a little bit extra because the material bunches up, and we got about 17 inches. 18. I'm going to do it to about right here. My son's saying I should add another inch just because it bunches up so much. So right here is the section. This will be on the top of the dog's back, okay? Now, if I draw a line this way, you're going to get a very sharp, pointed tip, which you could do. But if you come straight out, then this will be sort of broad around the dog's back. So maybe down around his side. Just think about how wide your dog's back is. And then, of course, it's going to sweep in. And I got this pattern from looking at other videos. Up, and so this is where their back leg will be. Their front leg will be here. And then their chest down here. So just depending, you can experiment, play with it a little bit. And then, so that's basically going to be the dog sweater. Now, our first prototype, we looked at seeing how far between the legs, how wide are your dog's legs. So if this is sewn together, we need to put the leg holes right about here. But this distance will be the distance that's across their chest right here. So we wanted to add about 2 inches in this zone. So I'm just estimating, and I'm comfortable with that. About like that, and you just eyeball the dog and see how wide. Now all of this is going to stretch a little bit depending on your material, and I need my good scissors, which are
over there
here for the cuts. So that was all explanation. Now will do the work. This is going to be number 2. Careful not to cut your carpets or whatever.
I was just going to walk on it.
So that's it, like that. I made it very easy, just thinking about like paper stars and things. If I just fold this circle right in half, make sure I get it about halfway, it's going to be good enough for me. I suppose there's other videos about making really fancy things. I just wanted something quick, easy, and warm. And now I'm making another one because I'll be able to throw one in the wash, etc. And that's basically it. I need to sew between here and here, and then I'm going to have my dog sweater. So if you'll follow me over to the sewing machine, we'll sew it. So, actually, I need to add some thread. So maybe it's going to mean that there'll be a second video. So watch for it.